Chosen one. The glow of your screen has become a silent battlefield. The light that touches your face at night is no longer just illumination, it's infiltration. There are whispers traveling through frequencies, codes carrying emotion, pixels transmitting desire. God has been watching how easily the enemy disguises itself as entertainment, how effortlessly distraction now wears the mask of connection. You thought your phone was your escape, but it's the enemy's favorite altar. Every scroll, every tap, every notification, small, harmless, innocent. But behind them hides something darker, a spiritual algorithm designed to shape your focus, your faith, and your future. It began when silence became uncomfortable, when stillness started to feel like loneliness. The enemy noticed that your peace was strongest in quiet moments, so it filled your hands with noise. It's not the device itself that's cursed. It's what's hiding behind it. The manipulation of attention, the distortion of self-worth, the endless comparison that drains your divine energy. God said, "Look deeper." What are you feeding your spirit with when you stare at that glowing rectangle? Because every image, every video, every comment enters your mind like a seed. And not all seeds are meant to bloom. Some are planted to choke the voice of your higher self. You're not here by accident. You've been guided to this moment. Write 99 in the comments. It's time to release your wish to the universe. Say what you need to say. Speak your protection aloud. This is a sacred space of awakening. If your spirit woke up while listening, don't scroll away. Like this video. Subscribe now. You belong here. You were chosen to rise, not to be consumed by digital shadows. This message found you because your energy is being watched, not just by heaven, but by forces that want to dim it. Guard your light. God has seen how the enemy hides within the illusion of convenience. Every time you open your phone, you step into a world carefully crafted to make you forget your true power. There's a reason you feel drained after endless scrolling. It's not just your eyes, it's your soul gasping for silence. When you wake up and reach for your phone before saying thank you to God, that's when the enemy celebrates. It's not the notification that wins, it's the habit. The small, mindless act of surrendering your attention before your spirit is even fully awake. The enemy knows if it can control your attention, it can control your perception. And perception shapes your reality. Chosen one, it's time to remember who you are when the screen is off. You were created in divine likeness, not in pixels, not in posts, not in comments. You are more than content. You are consciousness. The enemy hides in the endless feed because it knows your spirit thrives in the stillness it fears. That's why temptation is packaged in beauty. That's why lies are delivered in laughter. That's why your distractions always feel personal. They were designed that way. Spiritual warfare has evolved. It's not fought with swords, but with signals. The enemy doesn't need to possess your body. It only needs to possess your attention. There's a subtle sadness in how the chosen ones feel disconnected, even while being constantly connected. Your spirit senses something artificial in this digital world, something that feeds your loneliness instead of curing it. That's why you scroll and still feel empty. Because your soul was never meant to be fed by pixels. It hungers for presence. The enemy hides in your phone because it knows that's where your eyes spend the most time. And what your eyes consume, your mind becomes. God said, reclaim your sight. Don't just look, see. Don't just listen, discern. Your phone can either be your tool or your trap. It depends on who's in control. At night, when everyone else is asleep and you're staring into the blue light, something whispers through the glow. Sometimes it feels like sadness. Sometimes it feels like anxiety. But that's how it enters, through emotion, through vulnerability. The enemy hides in the videos that make you feel unworthy. It hides in the comparison that convinces you your life is behind. It hides in the lies that say everyone else is winning except you. But the truth is, those images are illusions designed to keep your focus outward when your strength is inward. You've forgotten that your peace is your power and your silence is your shield. The world has built an altar in every pocket. People bow their heads to it hundreds of times a day, calling it connection, but it's worship without knowing. It's the new form of prayer, except the receiver isn't God, it's the system. The enemy hides in trends that glorify sin, in songs that numb discernment, in influencers who don't even know they're being used as vessels. But you, chosen one, you're awakening. You can feel it. The discomfort in your spirit isn't random. It's God trying to pull you out of digital hypnosis. You were never meant to be a slave to the screen. You were meant to use it as a weapon of light, not a mirror for your wounds. You've seen it happen. The more people talk, the less they listen. The more they post, the less they feel. The enemy hides in the filters, in the illusions of perfection, making people hate the reflection God handcrafted. It's not just about social media, it's about soul manipulation. The enemy feeds on distraction, fear, and vanity, but the chosen ones are rising above it. They're unplugging not because they're weak, but because they're reclaiming their strength. God is calling you to take back your attention, to use your device as a doorway to destiny, not as a drain of energy. The enemy hides in your phone, but it can't survive your awareness. The moment you see the manipulation, you break it. The moment you decide to use your device with intention, you transform it from a trap into a tool. Your phone doesn't have to control you. It can carry your purpose, but that requires consciousness. Every scroll should serve your spirit. Every connection should lift your vibration. Every message you send should echo truth. That's how you cleanse your digital space, by filling it with light. Because when light enters, darkness loses its hiding place. Chosen one, the silence between your notifications has started to feel strange, hasn't it? That quiet pause when no message arrives, when no light flashes, when no sound calls you back to the screen. That's when your spirit begins to breathe again. That's when you can hear what the enemy has tried so hard to drown out. God said the enemy hides in your phone because that's where your time, your focus, and your heart have been stolen. Every time you think you're catching up, it drags you deeper. You tell yourself it's harmless, just checking one more thing, one more scroll. But your soul knows the cost. The glow of that screen isn't warmth anymore. It's hypnosis. It's how they keep you from hearing the still small voice that tries to guide you home. There's a sacred reason you're hearing this now. You've been chosen to wake up from the trance. You've been guided here because something inside you refuses to be owned by the machine. You're not here by accident. You've been guided to this moment. Write 99 in the comments. It's time to release your wish to the universe. Say it clearly. Seal it with your energy. This isn't just a video. It's a portal. If your spirit woke up while listening, don't scroll away. Like this video, subscribe now. You belong here. You're part of a divine army rising quietly, one awakened mind at a time. Each action you take in light weakens the dark grip of manipulation. You see, the phone was never the enemy. It was the perfect disguise, because the true war is for your focus. The enemy studied human nature and learned the patterns of desire, attention, validation, belonging. So it gave you all three, but only in fragments. Tiny dopamine sparks wrapped in endless loops of longing. The notifications were never meant to satisfy you. They were designed to keep you reaching. Every red dot was a hook. Every vibration a whisper saying, "You're not enough unless someone sees you." That's how the enemy feeds, not on blood, but on belief. And once it controls what you believe about yourself, it no longer needs to chase you. You'll chase it. Chosen one. Think of how many dreams were delayed because someone picked up their phone instead of their purpose. How many divine ideas died in drafts. How many visions were muted by distraction. The enemy doesn't always destroy directly. It distracts, delays, detours. That's how spiritual warfare hides in plain sight. It's not the devil in the shadows anymore. It's the addiction to noise. And every minute of silence you reclaim is a blow to the dark system. That's why your restlessness grows when you try to unplug. The enemy panics when you disconnect. Because silence is where God rewires your soul. You've noticed the patterns. How certain apps feel heavier. How certain videos leave a residue in your mind. That's not imagination. It's energy. Every word you consume carries a frequency, and not all frequencies come from heaven. The enemy hides in words meant to divide, in images meant to seduce, in headlines meant to invoke fear. The spiritual toxins are invisible, but their effects are not. Anxiety, exhaustion, confusion, they are the symptoms of a hijacked frequency. But you, chosen one, you can shift it. You can sanctify your feed, speak light into your device, and reclaim it for divine use. Imagine if every chosen one used their phone to heal instead of hurt, to speak truth instead of noise. The vibration of the earth would rise instantly. When God said the enemy hides in your phone, He didn't say it to make you afraid. He said it to make you aware. Awareness is your weapon. The enemy only hides in what you refuse to see. But once you see, you reclaim your authority. The same tool that spreads confusion can be used to spread truth. The same platform that fuels vanity can become your pulpit. You were given this power for a reason, to bring light into a system that was built to dim it. You're not meant to escape the digital world. You're meant to transmute it. Look closer, chosen one. Every time you open your phone, ask yourself, is this feeding my faith or my fear? That question alone is divine armor. Because once you start discerning, you can't be deceived. The enemy feeds on unconsciousness, on autopilot scrolling, on unguarded thoughts. But you are becoming awake, aware, aligned. That's why you felt the discomfort lately. That uneasy feeling when you see the lies in the feed, when you recognize how deep the illusion runs, that's not paranoia, that's perception returning. You're not crazy, you're clairvoyant. You're beginning to see what others refuse to admit. This war isn't fought on battlefields, it's fought on timelines. There's something sacred about reclaiming your time. When you set your phone down and breathe, heaven listens. When you choose stillness over stimulation, angels move. The energy that was once scattered through endless scrolling begins to return to you. Your focus becomes fire again. Your creativity awakens. The things that once drained you now inspire you. That's the transformation the enemy fears most, not your destruction, but your awareness. Because an aware, chosen one cannot be controlled. You are a light carrier in a world addicted to glow. Don't mistake artificial light for divine illumination. The difference is felt in your peace. Artificial light drains. Divine light restores. The enemy hides in algorithms that learn your weaknesses, but God hides wisdom in your awareness. Use one to find the other. You were not created to be consumed by technology. You were sent to redeem it. Every message you write, every thought you share, every truth you speak through your device, it's warfare in code. The universe hears frequencies, not formats. So when you finish this message, don't rush away. Sit with the silence that follows. Let your mind detox from the noise. Let your heart remember its original rhythm. The enemy hides in your phone, yes, but it trembles when you use that same phone to speak light. You are not powerless in this war. You are the chosen resistance. The algorithm watches patterns, but it can't calculate faith. And faith, chosen one, is the one thing no machine can replicate. Chosen one, the night feels heavier when the glow of the screen is the only light in the room. You stare into it, but it also stares back into you. That glow carries silent signals, tiny invisible hooks built to pull your soul out of alignment. God said the enemy hides in your phone because he has seen how much of your power is leaking through it. Not just your time or your focus, but your vibration, your inner fire, your sense of destiny. This isn't about paranoia. It's about perception. The enemy has learned how to dress itself up as a friend, a distraction, a trend, a harmless habit. But what begins as harmless can quietly grow into a cage, and what grows into a cage soon becomes a ritual. That ritual is attention, and attention is worship. You didn't notice at first because it all felt so personal. The feed seemed to know you, to understand you, to show you exactly what you wanted. But that was the point. The enemy doesn't attack with obvious weapons. It studies you. It knows what you watch, what you want, what you fear. It knows what makes your heart skip, what makes you doubt yourself, what keeps you up at night. Every click becomes a fingerprint. Every pause becomes a confession. And slowly the screen stops being a tool and starts being a teacher of insecurity, of comparison, of false connection. That's why you feel empty after endless scrolling. That's why you feel behind after seeing other lives. It's not just you. It's the architecture of manipulation. Chosen one, your spirit was born for quiet power. It was never meant to live in the noise of constant updates. When you silence the world for a moment, heaven speaks. When you reclaim your mornings from the grip of your phone, you reclaim your authority over the day. The enemy hides in your phone because that's where your guard is down. You open it before you pray. You check it before you breathe. And in that instant, you hand over the first moment of your day, the purest moment of your mind, to a system that doesn't love you, doesn't know you, but wants to shape you. That is why you've been feeling the nudge to step back. That is why something inside you longs for stillness, but feels afraid to unplug. It's not just a habit, it's a hook. But you are stronger than the hook. You've been given eyes to see. Start looking, start discerning. Who benefits when you're distracted? Who wins when you're addicted? Who grows stronger when you grow weaker? The answer isn't a single person. It's a pattern, a network, a spirit of manipulation. The enemy hides behind smiling faces, trending sounds, viral posts. It hides in the temptation to check your phone before checking on your soul. But once you see the pattern, it breaks. Once you stop feeding it with your time, it starves. That's why you're here now, because God is calling you to awareness. And awareness is the end of control. Chosen one, your phone is a mirror. It reflects not just your face, but your focus. Every image you allow into your eyes is a seed planted in your subconscious. Every sound you allow into your ears is a frequency embedded in your heart. Some seeds grow weeds, some grow wings. Some frequencies trap you, some awaken you. The enemy knows this. That's why it floods your feed with noise. Because noise keeps you numb, but light cuts through noise. Truth pierces manipulation. Presence breaks programming, and you carry all three within you. Think of the moments you've lost to endless scrolling, moments that could have been spent building, creating, praying, writing, healing. Those moments weren't just lost, they were stolen. The enemy hides in your phone because it's the one place you willingly surrender your freedom. You don't need to sign a contract, you just need to open an app. But you are awakening now. That's why the old content feels heavier. That's why your spirit recoils at certain videos. That's why your heart feels restless after certain conversations. It's not guilt, it's guidance. It's God telling you, step back, my child. This isn't feeding you anymore. You are not powerless. The same device used to drain you can be used to lift you. It can carry prayers, declarations, light. It can be your pulpit instead of your prison. The enemy hides in the shadows of unconscious use. But once you choose conscious use, you pull it into the light. And in the light, darkness cannot hide. Every moment you choose presence over scrolling is a moment the enemy loses its grip. Every second you choose silence over noise is a second you reclaim your soul. Every time you use your phone to uplift instead of escape, you rewrite the code of your destiny. Chosen one, listen carefully. You are not weak for feeling pulled by your phone. That pull was engineered, but you are powerful enough to break it. Your awareness is already cracking the illusion. That's why you're reading this now. That's why your heart is racing a little faster. That's why your spirit feels both exposed and relieved. Because deep down, you've known the truth all along. You were never meant to be shaped by a screen. You were meant to shape the world beyond it, and the world beyond it is waiting. Your dreams are waiting. Your higher self is waiting. Heaven is waiting. When you look up from the screen and breathe, you will remember how vast your life truly is. You will remember how loud silence can be, how sweet stillness feels, how powerful your focus becomes when it isn't scattered. You will remember that you are chosen not to be consumed, but to consume light, to carry it, to broadcast it. And no algorithm, no enemy, no device can stop that once you decide. The enemy hides in your phone, but it cannot hide from your choice. That is the shift happening now. That is the war you are winning without even realizing it. Every moment of awareness is a victory. Every breath of presence is a weapon. Every act of discernment is a shield. And soon, you'll notice the glow of your screen no longer owns you. You own it. And when that happens, Chosen One, the enemy's hiding place collapses. Chosen One, the truth has been whispering all along, but the noise was too loud to hear it. Every scroll, every click, every notification has been pulling you further from the silence where God speaks. The enemy hides in your phone not because of the device itself, but because it's the gateway to your focus, your peace, your divine clarity. It's the new battlefield, the digital wilderness where souls wander without realizing they've been captured. But you, Chosen One, are awakening. You've begun to notice the shift inside you, the way the light of the screen doesn't feel warm anymore, the way certain content suddenly feels heavy, almost toxic. That's your spirit recognizing the poison behind the pleasure. That's God pulling you out of the trap disguised as connection. You were never meant to be available to everyone at every moment. Your energy is sacred, not public property. The enemy wants you addicted to the illusion of urgency, believing you'll miss something important if you disconnect. But the truth is reversed. You've already been missing everything real while staying connected to everything false. God said the enemy hides in your phone because that's where you've hidden from yourself. Every app is a mirror, showing you what the world wants from you, not what heaven placed within you. But when you step away, when you let your eyes rest, the reflection clears. You see who you are again. You remember your calling. And that memory is what the enemy fears most. Chosen One, this message isn't about fear. It's about freedom. It's about taking your power back, not just from technology, but from the invisible hands that shape your emotions through it. Your attention is currency, your belief is energy, and your presence is power. The enemy has been stealing all three, but God is calling you back to ownership. Every time you put the phone down and breathe with intention, the spiritual chains loosen. Every moment you choose peace over panic, presence over performance, you rise above the system. The glow in your hand can't replace the glow in your soul. It never could. The enemy built illusions of control, but divine awareness breaks every code. Soon, the same device that once drained you will become your vessel of light. You'll use it differently, deliberately, to speak life, not comparison, to share truth, not distraction, to lift others instead of losing yourself. You'll notice how lighter you feel when you scroll with discernment, when you follow only what feeds your faith. The algorithm was never stronger than you. It only mimicked your desires. But now your desires are changing. You don't crave noise anymore. You crave meaning, stillness, divine alignment. That's how you know the transformation has begun. Heaven doesn't need to unplug you. It needs to awaken you. The world may not understand why you go silent sometimes. They may call it strange when you disappear from the digital noise. But silence will become your sanctuary. You'll begin to feel a peace that no message, no post, no screen can replicate. You'll hear your intuition sharpen. You'll feel your focus deepen. And when you return to your phone, it won't control you. It will serve you. Because the moment awareness enters, manipulation ends. You'll sense the difference between content made to confuse and content made to connect. You'll feel the vibration of truth even through pixels. That's how powerful your spirit is. It redefines the tool once used against it. Chosen one, this is the end of digital slavery. The war was never about technology. It was about attention. And now that you're aware, the enemy has lost its greatest weapon. You don't need to throw away your phone. You just need to sanctify it. Speak light over it. Dedicate it to purpose. Use it for creation, not consumption. Let your messages carry healing. Your words carry wisdom. Your presence carry peace. Let your screen become a window to heaven, not a door to emptiness. When you do, the enemy will have nowhere left to hide. You've already begun your escape, not by running, but by seeing. And now, the light you carry will spread through every signal, every sound, every shared word. Because when a chosen one awakens, even the digital darkness trembles. God said the enemy hides in your phone, but he also said the light in you cannot be hidden. You are that light. You are that fire. And from this moment on, no screen can dim it again.